What is up, guys? Today we are cold smoking salmon.
Shout out to Trade Coffee for sponsoring today's video.
As soon as it hits below 50 degrees, we're cold smoking something. So today we're gonna be cold smoking our salmon. We're gonna be doing two just to get two out of the way because we love salmon so much. But we will also give you a recipe for just one fish as well. You're gonna need 2 salmon fillets, some sugar, some salt, and some water. This is the most easiest recipe. Some of you guys might not want to do 6 pounds of salmon. Here's a basic recipe just for one salmon. So you'll need 1 pound of salmon, 1 liter or quart of water, 211 grams of salt, and 92 grams of sugar. Here we have our 6 pounds of salmon. When we were purchasing these salmons, aren't they beautiful? Look how beautiful. They're beautifully trimmed. There's a few pieces that we don't like, but after they're cold smoked, we'll trim them up. But we made sure that they are about the same weight, because whenever we soak them into the brine, the product will come out almost the same. We already pre-measured all of our ingredients. We pre-measured our salt and our sugar and our pink salt right here. This is optional. It's cure number 1. You do not have to use this, but we are going to be using it today. Now we're going to whisk in all of our pre-measured salt and sugar and our cure number 1. And we're going to whisk it until the water turns clear. And then we're going to put in all of our stuff. We're definitely gonna have to get a bigger bucket for our brine because this one doesn't look like it's gonna hold both of the fishes well, so we're gonna get a bigger bucket. This salt water replaces the actual water in the fish and it keeps the fish moist, not all dried out like a dry brine would. We've tried both of the recipes and we actually prefer this one over the dry brine, but the dry brine is actually really good as well. But this one's our favorite. So now we're almost getting there. We want to make sure that this is clear. I know my mom does a fish similar to this. She doesn't cold smoke it, but she does a fish where she puts actually a rock on top of it. I was like, or her standing mixer, and it sits on the counter. Our brine is pretty clear. There's a few salt pieces down at the bottom. Make sure you get as much of it melted as possible. I think ours is pretty good, and as you can tell, this is what we're talking about. It's clearing up and it looks good. Most of the stuff is melted, but you want a lot of it melted. So now we're gonna pour our brine into another container because I think that if we put both of our fishes in here, it's gonna overflow. So we want all this brine for both of the fishes. Let me grab our little bucket. This is the bucket that I have. I just had it laying around and washed it up. And I'm gonna grab our salmon and we're gonna do skin side up. And it's all right if the fish is a little bit up the walls right here. It's totally fine. Just kind of push it down as much as you can. And then we're gonna get our brine and we're gonna pour it over. Make sure that your fish is not on top of each other and make sure each piece is under the water because you'll see your fish, it's gonna be floating up and we want it under. We're gonna get our plates. We're gonna start from the back. You might need multiple plates just to make sure that the fish is underneath the water. Yeah, I'm gonna grab one more plate. Let me grab one more plate for this side. Just gonna put this plate right in the middle right here so it really gets this fish. Might have to maneuver it actually. This should work. Should work. There we go. Perfect. Look at this. Now the fish is ready to go into the fridge. It's gonna be in the fridge for about 2 hours. While this fish is brining, shout out to Trade for sponsoring this video.
Forgetting to get coffee and running out is the worst. With Trade, freshly roasted coffee arrives at your door on demand. Trade allows me to enjoy over 400 fresh coffees every month from America's top independent roasters. It's super simple. First, you take a quick quiz that helps pair you up with some of the best coffees in the nation. Your coffee is roasted on demand, ground the way you like it, and delivered straight to your door in compostable packaging. Each coffee comes with a QR code that you can scan telling you the best way to prepare the coffee and also letting you rate the coffee once you've tried it. Trade is giving our fans $15 off the first 3 bags when they sign up using the link in the description below. Trade guarantees you'll love your first coffee, but if you don't, they'll ship you out a different bag for free. Stop settling for staple grocery store coffee. Sign up today and get $15 off your first 3 bags. Give the coffee lover in your life the better gift of coffee this holiday season with a personalized coffee gift.
All right, so it's been 2 hours and the fish is all done. We're gonna take it out. Take these out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the fish out and we're gonna rinse it off. Make sure that your fish doesn't stay in this brine over 2 hours, because the longer it sits in the brine, the saltier it gets. This fish is so beautiful. As you can tell, the color of it changed. It became a little bit more tougher. Wow, this fish is just so firm. All right, let's rinse it off. Yeah. And be gentle, don't go crazy. We don't want it to get destroyed. Don't have to do anything crazy, just rinse it off. And let's put it on the drying rack. So the fish is ready to be put into the fridge for another hour, and then after the hour, it'll be ready for our cold smoke. We're ready to start our smoker. We're using Amazing Smoker, and we're gonna put this pellets right in here. This allows the smoker to go from 8 to 10 hours. I'm gonna fill this up. So you don't want this directly underneath your fish. You can use this pretty much with any grill you have. We're gonna use this box. The heat is and the smoke is gonna go in through this hole into this area. So this is where we're gonna have our fish, and this is where we're gonna have our Amazing Smoker, right in here. You're gonna light it until you see the flame. It's gonna take a few minutes, so just keep lighting it up. Right there, that's perfect. All right, so we're gonna let this burn and we're gonna go get our fish. That last hour that we had this fish in the fridge, as you can tell, there's this beautiful shininess to it. Usually the smoke sticks better to the fish when you allow the fish to sit in the fridge for about an hour. So now we're gonna put the second fish onto our smoker. And then we're just gonna trim our fish. Oh, actually this one fits good. We had to trim this fish a little bit so it can fit better. This is just the perfect smoke. Once you see that slow and steady burn, that means that it's ready to be placed in the smoker. Let's place this into our smoker. Just gonna set it right here. We're gonna have all of our dampers open so we have really good airflow, and we'll see you guys in 24 hours. So it's been about 20 hours since our fish been on the smoker. We actually around 4 a.m. filled this up and it's already halfway gone. Let's get our fish off the smoker. Ooh, look how beautiful it is. I'm gonna pull just one of them off for now. Look at that. Yum. Let's go cut into this sucker. I'm ready to put this on a bagel with cream cheese. Let's go. I'm ready to slice up our smoked salmon. So you're gonna need at least one knife, or I mean, I have two, so the knives have to be really, really sharp. There's a technique to cut smoked salmon to get that paper thin. I doubt you want to be chewing on a thick piece of smoked salmon. So what you're going to do, the tail is usually the most driest part. What you're going to do, you're going to have, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to have the knife in my right hand, and then I'm going to place over my left hand on top of the fish like that. You want to place your knife about 5 to 6 inches away from the end of the tail. And then what you're going to do, you're going to start slicing. Make sure that you can see your knife when you slice. So these first few pieces are going to be a bit dry. Usually you don't eat these. You put these in like cream cheese or on top of pasta. And then you can just swipe them right away like that. And then what you're going to start doing, you're going to place your hand back over like this. And then you're going to start slicing. And don't worry if you don't have like the perfect pieces at first. You'll get the hang of it. So these are what I'm getting right now, but I'll get better. So place your hand back over. You're going to crisscross your knife. I'm right-handed, so it's going to be underneath my left hand. And then I'm going to keep going through. Make sure your knife is very sharp. Look at that. Beautiful piece. Okay, we're going to back up. Once you start kind of feeling like you're hitting the end of like the skin piece, you can start slowly scooting back. It's very important for you to see the knife through the fish, because the thicker it is, it's not that fun to eat. You also have these darker, meaty pieces. You can cut those out, but we don't. You can, the way you usually cut them out, you can go place this, and then you just put like a little triangle. If it really bothers you, you can cut it out, and then you just take that out. But to tell you the truth, there is no flavor difference at all. I mean, I haven't noticed any flavor differences. So let's keep cutting our fish. I'm gonna slice all of it, and we'll get back to you guys. Right here, look, see? You see right here, your fish is starting to get a level, like it's more even. So you get like these bigger pieces right here. Right here, look at this beautiful piece right here. I have my two pieces here. This is the way we package it up. And I'll usually fold this and I'll put another fish right on top like this. And then we'll fold it up so it doesn't all stick together. And then I'll put another big fish right here. Kind of spread it out a little bit. And then we put a few parchment papers on top of each other, and then we'd slide it into our food sealer bags, which are lifesavers. They save so much food. We're not wasting food. We're not tossing food out. And then we'll package it up in one of these food sealer bags like this. And then we'll seal it up and then place it in our freezer. And then we also use these meal prep things for our smaller pieces. So we keep these in our fridge, ready to go for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Yeah, that's about it. And let me try one of these. I mean, I've been trying out all this time, but I want a thinner piece. Like these right here, these pieces, I don't really like to eat these. These are the very, very top of the fish. They're very smoky and shiny. So the more you slice into the fish, the yummier it gets. It's not too smoky. But let me cut this one right here. Let me see this. That's really good. This is literally my favorite. Just right. It tastes just right. The smoky. It's not over salted. It's just like the perfect smoky flavor for sure. I wouldn't say it's like you're inhaling smoke. It's perfect.
guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and also make sure you follow us on Instagram to see the behind the scenes and see what we're up to. And thank you so much for being a Fat Finger foodie. We'll see you guys at our next video. Shout out to Trade Coffee for sponsoring today's video.